How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk about all the massive events that have happened over the year so far. So over the last 4 months, every big event that happened, because one day here feels like a month anywhere else, right? Crypto moves so quickly. I think it is important to take a look at the past so that we can remember where we've been and where we're going in the future. So if you guys don't mind, hit the like button and subscribe button. I appreciate that. I also want to talk about a crypto later that has a big event here today that could cause you to make a large amount of money. So I'll put timestamps underneath the video. I'll probably put it after the first couple items here. So we'll talk about it in a bit. But if you guys want to get some free crypto, you guys can check out the link underneath the video to BlockFi. They give up to $250 bonus when you deposit on their platform. Now, let's take a look at some of the big news that's happened so far this year. First of all, we've had crypto fall down a lot since the end of last year. However, we still have companies that realize that their business is dying and they need crypto exposure. So even though the price is dropping, we're seeing more and more companies get interested in the space than ever. MoneyGram said that it purchased a roughly 4% ownership stake in CoinMe as part of a strategic investment in the crypto company. This is because MoneyGram is dying. These different remittance services are dying after some of the countries that they take advantage of and make a lot of money off of are now turning to crypto. Like El Salvador last year turning to crypto and saving a lot of people remittance payments. It also gives people access to some kind of account where they can store value instead of a bank account, because it is still hard to get bank accounts in countries outside of the US and outside of some of the biggest countries in the world, right? It's hard to get bank accounts, but it's easy to get a wallet, a digital wallet to hold cryptocurrency. So the name of the game this year and last year has been big companies jumping into crypto head first. And we'll see more of that here in a second. We also have El Salvador still buying Bitcoin. They bought the majority last year, but they're still buying this year. We have other entities like MicroStrategy that close millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin purchases, and now even closed a $205 million Bitcoin collateralized loan, and they're using their Bitcoin as collateral. So we have them buying Bitcoin with Bitcoin and just continuously dollar cost averaging. Now, with that in mind, we've also had large entities or large companies like Fidelity admitting that they've been stacking since 2014. They've been having these meetings about cryptocurrency for 10 years and they've been mining for 7 or 8 years. They also have some big news this week, but we'll hold off on that for a little bit here. But they've said that it is a superior form of money. Bitcoin is superior, and a lot of entities are going to get into it. A lot of individuals are going to get into it over the coming years. Now, let's take a quick break for a second just to talk about something big that's happening today. So this is possibly one of the greatest opportunities for crypto in the short term. If you're able to get on this, and I've talked about it twice now, that's great. If you're able to get in the pre-sales, now a lot of people weren't able to because actually they're quite hard to get into. They actually have this thing called the TGLP subscription. Basically, you need 4,000 of their own tokens, which are $2.70 a piece, so over $10,000 worth of these tokens to be able to get in the launch program. You have to stake them, and then you can get in on some of these gem launches. Now, the thing is, they've done extremely well in the past. Tenset has helped launch MetaHero and Everdome, both about 100x's. One was above, one was slightly below. But the fact is, Fame is already a great company in and of itself. They make these freak fighting tournaments over in Europe. And the fact is, they already have a lot of followers. They have a lot of people watching them. They have already sold 5,000 pay-per-view subscriptions, or 5 million pay-per-view subscriptions over the last few years. And they're going to use this token now for a variety of different things, from pay-per-view payments to gaming to marketing and sponsorships, NFT collections. And a lot of the people that fight for them have to talk about the token. Now, they just had the Nefetti brothers join in, and they have 18 million followers on TikTok. This is going to be really interesting. They're launching on OKX, and they have 1.3% of their supply in circulation at launch. So, of course, always be ready, because there are a lot of the time there's a lot of volatility, and some people lose out massively on these, and some people get rich from these. So be attentive, pay attention, see if you want to buy this. It'll be easier to buy on OKX now that the pre-sale's done, but definitely check out this crypto if you haven't already. Now, they are a partner of the channel, but I think they will do extremely well. Also, Rob from Digital Asset News, who's one of my top YouTubers, one of my favorite ones. This is his second channel. He has his main channel, which has nearly 1/3 subscribers. He is investing in this as well. A handful of other people I know are investing in it, and I think it's a great way to, an interesting crypto that's quite small, risky, but also high reward. Now, the pre-sale went really well. The token drop is on the 29th of April. And if you want more information on the token, I'll leave a link to Rob's video underneath this video. Now, it's not just Fidelity and some of these other asset managers that are now getting into crypto. It's also accounting firms. KPMG, one of the big four accounting firms, invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even NFTs this year to help other companies that might want to do similar things to help them along the way and explain how they can do this. We already have MicroStrategy that's doing this, but now a big four accounting firm is now doing this as well. We also have had some bad news that has turned into good news for crypto. For example, Canadian banks began freezing people's accounts linked to the trucker protests in Canada. Now, whether you believe that what they're doing is good or bad, or whatever you think politically, you have to realize that governments being able to freeze people's accounts without going through a court system, and even freezing accounts that have been linked to people that have donated to these different kinds of events and these different kinds of protests. You're just donating and you get your accounts frozen. You have to realize that that can be really dangerous. So they're not even giving specifics for whose accounts were being frozen. However, people turn to crypto. They start organizing, or they start accepting crypto. We also saw countries start accepting crypto. And this is so important because if people can, or if countries can take away your money just like that because they don't like what you're doing, and you're not harming anyone necessarily, like physically at least, the fact is that that can be really, really dangerous. So people are turning to crypto because it's decentralized and the government can't control it. Ukraine even started accepting crypto, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, during their war, at the beginning of the war. They got tens of millions of dollars worth of donations, some coming from some of the largest individuals in crypto, some of the most well-known people in crypto as well. We also have Terra, which started to buy cryptocurrency to back its stablecoin. They started to buy Bitcoin. They still have a significant amount to buy, over $1 billion, but they still plan on buying more after that. So they bought about 1.7 billion at the time of this recording. They're going to buy up to 3 billion, and they have plans to buy 10 billion later. So they're going to implement, it sounds like something that's going to continuously buy Bitcoin forever. And we still have other entities that are still going to buy Bitcoin forever, like MicroStrategy. So the fact is, there's just not much to go around, especially with President Joe Biden issuing his executive order on cryptocurrencies. Essentially, it's going to bring more regulation to the space, which is going to be good because once it is regulated, larger entities will feel more comfortable buying crypto. So large entities that have billions of dollars of cash can start dipping their toes in the water. This has all been happening at the same time that inflation has soared to 40-year highs, 8.5% here in the US, 50% in other countries. And the fact is that it doesn't seem like it's going away anytime soon. We might have lower inflation, but it's still inflation. We're still having our money lose value as time goes on. This has happened when Bitcoin has become less and less available. There's less and less on exchanges, but also we only have 2 million Bitcoin left to mine. In less than, I believe it's right around 2 years now. 2 years, we're going to have another Bitcoin halving. So then it's going to be even harder to get your hands on new Bitcoin. There's only 2 million Bitcoin left, which is only about 10% of the supply. You have to realize there's more being misplaced or sent to the wrong addresses every single day. So people are losing Bitcoin. I would think it's actually right around deflationary, maybe already deflationary right now. We also have big news coming out of the Bitcoin conference. Maybe not the flashy news that a lot of people thought, with maybe Apple buying Bitcoin, but Strike announces that they have a Shopify integration, but they also have partnerships with NCR and Blackhawk, bringing Bitcoin Lightning payments to major merchants. This allows merchants to save 90+% on credit card transactions and have finality. So they don't even have to accept crypto. They can just use the technology and they can save 90%. I think this will change and make people a lot more willing to start integrating. If they can just save money, they don't have to deal with anything on their taxes, anything weird, having capital gains or losses from accepting crypto. They just use the technology itself and they save a lot of money. I think a lot of people will start using this, or a lot of major companies will start using this. We also got news this week that Fidelity is going to include Bitcoin as part of their 401k plans, bring Bitcoin to millions of people. Millions of people right away are going to have access to this as part of an account that they regularly contribute to. In the US, the 401k plan is about as popular as it gets. Everyone should invest in a 401k if they have some kind of matching, and many people choose to. So they will continue to dollar cost average, they'll continue to buy for the long term and not touch it for 30, 40 years. Think about the lockup period on this Bitcoin. Sure, they can sell it, but if it's going up in price and it's becoming much more difficult to get a hold of because the entity or the amount on exchanges is just going down, a lot of people will just hold on to it, especially because they're not often looking at their 401ks every day. And this is all happening when the illiquid supply continues to hit all-time highs. So that is a little wrap up of everything that's happened so far this year. Let me know if there's something big that I missed. I think I covered all the big events. I had to go back through months and months of information, but let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Again, you can check out the links to Fame. Of course, never invest money that you're not willing to lose. And a lot of the time, these things pump up very quickly and then fall down. So be careful. I've talked about it several times that I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you that I think this could do well. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.